Hello, GC Rad 1 here with the Yamaha TDUB Club, and today we're going to talk about first aid. Usually I'm a one-take hitter. First aid. GC Rad 1 here, Yamaha TDUB Club. Today I'm going to talk with you guys about what I carry in my backpack for first aid specifically. I brushed over this previously in another video, but today I'm just going to talk about my one little jumper first aid pack. And you guys have seen me rotate between the Camelback Kudu 12 and my London Bridge Tactical 3-day assault bag. Two very, very different bags, but we're not going to talk about the specifics of those bags, but they're both great bags. And I have a third bag that I also use, and it's a 511 Tactical. I think it's a 3-day bag as well. I primarily use that for my business trips. It's a black bag, and it's a bit bigger bag than these two bags. And I primarily use it when I'm on business trips, and I haven't been flying or doing any kind of business like that, so that bag's kind of been packed away for the moment. But today we're going to talk about first aid, and that's it. I promise. Keep it sweet and short. So this little guy right here is my first aid kit, and as you can see, it's all contained in here, and it'll jump in between here. If I'm going to work, I'll throw it in there. If I'm riding Moto, I'll run it in here. If I was doing my camping trip, I had it in there. But anyhow, this is what I'm using, and it is a Topo Designs out of Colorado, USA. Little bag that came out. I've had this practically when they first started. I found these bags. There's a 3-set. They have a micro, a small, and a medium, and this is the small. All of this stuff that I'm showing you today will be linked down below in the details with links, so you can just scroll down, shut me off, and just go straight to the goods. But right now, I'm going to go through all the contents of the bag. First things first, this is the Adventure Medicals kit, and it's a good little bag. I picked it up from my hiking and bike packing stuff, and then as I got more into the moto camping and more moto adventure stuff, it just kind of started to naturally gravitate over with me. But this is the ultralight watertight medical kit 0.3, and I feel like this is about as minimum as you want to go. I would like to carry the 0.5. I just haven't made the jump over there. I should have multiple of these kits and just go in different directions and just have them there at all times. But I feel like if I have this one bag and it just kind of goes with me everywhere, I'm a little bit more on top of it. But yeah, Adventure Medical Kits, they've done a great job at packing little med kits for adventure type folks. And all the contents of this little doodad will be down in the blog post. It'll list everything. But it has pretty much all your stuff for wound care, medication, blisters, and instruments. Good little ordeal. So secondary to that, this was originally under the Adventure Medical Kits line, and it's the Survival Kit 1.0, but I think S.O.L is a part of the same company now. So I think this piece is now over in the S.O.L line. And I'll link that down below so you can just kind of go directly to it and add that. But I carry both of these things. And this guy here, it has more of your survival stuff, you know, basics, super basics. It's a 1.0 basic. So in a pinch, yeah. But anyhow, again, all the contents are linked down below. I have in here some Tylenol and some peppermint, and I think there's a couple other things. There's some things floating around in here. I probably should refresh this bag. The Tylenol, I'm sure it's almost like powder now, but hey, faster into the bloodstream. Just take a big swig on the Camelback and down that. I'm gonna save the best for the last because it's the most used item. I carry this guy right here, it's a battery caddy, and it actually glows in the dark. It's pretty rad. And I will typically have a headlamp that's in my pack, and this is just spare batteries for that, because when it's dark and your batteries are dead and you need another pack, and it's super rad, it glows in the dark. So, you know, whatever, it glows in the dark. It's punk rock, it's cool. I have some waterproof matches, and in my waterproof matches I carry like a lint from the dryer, and I just kind of stuff it inside, and I don't really carry the lint for the, you know, the fire starting mechanism, although it's some of the best. What I actually like about it is I pack it in there enough to where the matches don't rattle around, so that the head of the matches aren't always rubbing, and then in 5 years when I actually go to use it, the matches will actually strike and be usable. So that's a pretty cool little did. And then to back it up, I carry the little Bic lighter. It's great for when you're working on wiring and the shrink wrap stuff. It's good for that. Good for starting fires. And it's just like secondary to that. Double redundancy, as I call it. Heck, I even have a third one in here because I think that guy is starting to get low and dead, so I just want to have a backup. Duct tape. I call it hiker's duct tape, and everyone's like, what you talking about, Willis? Basically, it's just duct tape with no cardboard, you know, the roll inside. It's like tubeless or whatever you want to call it. You could put it on a straw. You could put it on a screwdriver, you know, piece of plastic, whatever. If you're really good enough, you can roll it up yourself, but I actually have it linked. They actually sell it already pre-rolled for you, and I like having this in my first aid kit. It's technically for hikers, you know, when they start to get blisters, they call it a hot spot. They'll put it over the hot spot before it turns into a blister. I call it my personal backup, because if I loan my duct tape out that's in my toolkit for my buddy's bike, and then, you know, 20 miles from now I need some for myself, haha, I got my own private stash in my first aid kit. Just a little backup, because, you know, duct tape, baling wire, and zip ties, they go everywhere. And the other thing I have is a piece of 550 paracord. I don't know, I'm just old school Boy Scout. I don't know, I probably got like 3-4 foot, 2-3 foot, I don't know. It'd be a very short toe strap, but I actually have a toe strap on my motorcycle, so we're not using this for a toe strap. Don't know what I would, you know, if I needed to tie up a kickstand if the spring got broke or whatever, you just never know. It's there. And I have chapstick, lip balm. Chapstick is the brand name. And it's just in my first aid kit, and I use it. Okay, so my favoritist, most favorite right item that I carry. This is, when you purchase this doodad, this does not come with it. This is just another battery caddy where the batteries float around inside. But when I was trying to figure out how I'm going to carry this guy, I had this and was like, all right, cool, I'm going to carry that. But what this is a, and this doesn't come with it either. I don't think so. It may have. I can't remember. I've had this for so long. I want to say I've had this since 2008 or 9. But what it is a magnifying glass on tweezers. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is the most used item in my first aid kit. I've actually used it twice out on trail since I've been TDUBing. I've used it before on other moto trips. And when I go to work at the shop, I would, you know, you're always getting a piece of metal or something in your finger or something. So this is the one thing that no matter where at in the house, I always know where this guy is. And it's always hidden from my wife and kids because it's in my first aid kit. And it's going to be either in this bag or it's going to be in this bag or the other bag. But primarily it's between these two bags, and it's in my garage. So I'm out here, all right, I know where my junk is. This has by far been the cool, and it's a very specific one. There's a lot of different companies that like make a version of this one. I keep having to hunt down the actual OG original maker on this, and it doesn't have a, you know, a made in whatever, no markings on it, but it has a specific model number, and it's a 5x magnifying glass. So you know, if you need to start a fire, I guess that could be the other way to start fires, with the magnifying glass right there. But you better start that one in the daylight, because moon ain't gonna start that fire. All right, that is my first aid kit that I carry with me all times when I'm motoing. And I just thought that you guys might want to, you know, since you're sitting around home, COVID-19ing it up, you know, you could like, all right, what else do I need for my kit action? And that'll be that. It's always a little, which way do you fold it? It's also an origami puzzle. See if you're still coherent. And that's it. That's all we have for today, folks. Hope everyone's been having a safe summer. It's definitely been an interesting time, to say the least. Lots of change and lots of movement happening all over the world and the country. Even more reason why you need to have your first aid kit with you, packed and ready to go at all times. All right, so check us out, tdubclub.com. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking us. Thanks for following us. Thanks for contributing. Thanks for calling us up and saying, hey, come ride. And yeah, thanks for everything. That cricket. Ooh. I paid him off this time. I told him, like, wait, dude, let me just finish my video and then you can sing your song. He don't care. I'll have to go back and listen to the video, because honestly, I didn't hear him, but I was yelping. Last time I did the video, I heard him yelping. I think this is his cousin, the other guys. I think they packed up and moved out already. And this one, he's the lingerer. He's been hanging out.